Welcome to Cougnation, the show that keeps you up to speed on all things Cougar Athletics.
Tonight, as always, we bring you news and highlights from around WSU's varsity and club teams.
Dive in with the WSU Swim Team.
And hit the court with women's club volleyball.
All that and more tonight on Cougnation.
Let's go. Hi, I'm Ben Weinman.
And I'm Megan Abundis. Welcome to the latest episode of Cougnation, the sports show that's all Coug all the time. We begin tonight with the Washington State women's rowing team and their final regatta of the season. The Cougs picked up 2 wins and 2 second-place finishes at the head of the lake in Seattle. The varsity 4-boat capped a first-place finish on the 3-mile course, defeating crews from Stanford, Oregon, and rival Washington. The team's other win came from a varsity 8-boat, finishing first by outstroking 11 other boats. With these wins, the Cougs have completed a successful fall season. They will continue training until they begin their spring season next May in Silver Lake against Gonzaga, Portland State, and Loyola Marymount. Great job, ladies.
The men's basketball team hooped into action by defeating the Central Wildcats 93-56 in an exhibition game earlier this month. Bigger, faster, and more aggressive, the Cougs forced Central to commit 8 team fouls within the first 3 minutes of the game. All 5 starters scored in double figures, led by DJ Shelton, who had 17 points and 8 rebounds. Sophomore Junior Longress finished with a double-double of 10 points and 10 rebounds, and junior guard Royce Woolridge just had a game-high 6 assists. Cougar fans were also introduced to freshman Ika Rogbu and redshirt freshman Q Johnson. The men return to Beasley Coliseum this Saturday as they play in a Pac-12 televised game against the Lamar Cardinals.
The Cougar women are also cruised to an easy exhibition win as they defeated Masters College 94-47. 5 players scored in double figures for the Cougs, who knocked down 14 three-pointers and forced 33 turnovers. Junior guard Tia Presley led all scorers with 18 points, while sophomore guard Leah Galdera tallied 17 points and 5 steals. Senior forward Sage Romberg notched a double-double with 10 points and 11 rebounds. The Cougs continue their non-conference play this week as they travel to Seattle to take on Seattle University.
Drop pass after drop pass hurt the Cougs as they fell to the Arizona State Sun Devils 55-21 on the nationally televised Halloween game. Martin Stadium flooded with fans in costume, and ESPN made its first trip to Pullman since 1990. Some highlights of the game include a standout performance from senior safety Dayon Buchanan, who recorded 10 tackles and 1 pick during the game. Buchanan was then named Jim Thorpe Award semifinalist, given to the top defensive back in college football. He's now leading the Pac-12 Conference with 73 tackles and is tied for second with 4 interceptions, also earning his way onto the top 10 scariest players in college football. Quarterback Connor Halliday ended the game with 2 touchdown passes and threw for 300 yards, but unfortunately the Cougars' efforts were not enough to overcome the ghoulish onslaught brought on by the Sun Devils. Despite the recent losses, the Cougars are still optimistic for a bowl game and travel down to the desert this weekend to take on the Arizona Wildcats.
A special guest made an appearance in Pullman for the Halloween game against Arizona State. Pac-12 Commissioner Larry Scott spoke with the media about the best costumes he saw at the game and the exposure each university is receiving from the Pac-12 network. But more importantly, Scott described how the new WSU football operations building will benefit the football program, including recruiting. Scott also says these improvements at WSU will elevate and solidify the football program in the future and to ensure that the Cougars stay competitive with the rest of the Pac-12 and the NCAA. You can check out the full interview with Commissioner Scott by visiting WSUCougars.com.
The men's and women's cross-country teams sprinted towards the finish at the Pac-12 Championships last week in Colorado. The Cougar men notched a 6th-place overall finish with 151 points, while Colorado stole the win for the 3rd consecutive year with 28 points. Racing against some of the top runners in the country, Andrew Gonzalez led the charge for the Cougars for the 4th time this season, where the senior finished 15th overall in the 8,000-meter race. On the women's side, the Cougars finished 10th place against some of the best competition in Division I. Captain Ruby Roberts also powered the team with a 15th place finish in the 6,000-meter race. Both the men's and women's teams look to improve as they head to the NCAA West Regional Championships on November 15th in Sacramento, California.
There's another team making waves this season, literally. Reporter Bridget Larson took it to Gibb Pool to check in with the WSU swim team. Bridget?
Thanks, guys. Bridget Larson here at Gibb Pool, where the Cougar Swim Team is diving into their first home meet of the season against USC. The team just came off the road where they fell short to Stanford in California. This is head coach Tom Jager's third year at WSU. Jager is a 6-time NCAA champion and a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. How do you think the girls competed today?
Well, I think we did great. I mean, it wasn't the best that we can do because we're really tired. I've been breaking them down. You can tell our D lane is very good, but they're very tired right now. And so probably the group that swam maybe a little bit subpar with some of our D lane, but it's because I'm putting them in a different situation. We're trying to train for February.
Returning swimmer Emma Johansson placed first in the 200-yard medley relay, the women's 100-yard backstroke, and the women's 100-yard butterfly. Other standout swimmers at the USC duel include Haley Love, placing first in the women's 100-yard freestyle, and Presley Wetterstrom, placing first in the women's 200-yard breaststroke. I'm here with Emma Johansson, member of the WSU swimming team. How did you get involved in this sport?
Well, I decided I wanted to come to the States and swim and go to school, so I emailed, coaches from all over the place, and then WSU, they really wanted me and they recruited me, so I decided to come here. And the program seemed like legit and the school seemed great. So,
what are some of the takeaways from today's meet?
I think we've improved a lot. We have some really strong freshmen. The team is looking great. We have a lot more depth than we used to, so I'm really excited for the rest of the season.
And that seems to be the general consensus of the team, is that you guys have improved so much over the last couple years. What do you think is largely due to that improvement?
I think Tom and Adriana doing a great job coaching and recruiting. I think that's a big part of it. And then, we're just getting stronger and training really hard. So I think that's why we're improving so much.
The Cougs fell short to USC, 116-146, but are looking forward to the upcoming season with the help of a strong returning roster. For Cougnation, I'm Bridget Larson.
Thanks, Bridget. The women's soccer team put an end to their 9-match winless streak against Stanford when they defeated the Cardinal 1-0 last weekend in Pullman. This is the Cougars' first win over Stanford at home since 2003 and was achieved thanks to a late goal in the second half from junior Jocelyn Jeffers for her 4th goal this season. These women drew in the 8th largest home crowd in Washington State history, and this match also marked a new school record as a 13th shutout this season. After this victory over the Cardinal, the Cougs have moved into second place in the Pac-12 conference standings and are preparing to wrap up their regular season at Washington this Friday.
The volleyball team also broke their losing streak last weekend with a dominant win over Utah. Led by freshman Kyra Holt's 20 kills, the Cougs swept the Utes in 3 sets. Following this game, Kyra Holt was also named Pac-12 Freshman of the Week for the 2nd time this season. With this win, WSU Volleyball has now equaled the number of conference wins achieved last season. The team is hoping to improve this record on the road against Arizona State and Utah later this week. Go Cougs!
Speaking of volleyball, club volleyball also sprang into action last weekend. Cougnation reporter Megan Murnane went to the first home tournament for the women's club volleyball team. Megan?
Megan Murnane here with the women's club volleyball team, who are hosting their first home tournament in Pullman and are looking to repeat as national champions. It all starts here with the PIVA All-Star Invitational. The volleyball club has been around for several years, in which they boast a winning record as well as the title of D1 AAA champs that were held in Dallas, Texas last year. In the past 3 years, the team accumulated an overall record of 91-15. I'm here with Alexandra Cruzy, who is a junior right side for the club volleyball team. And how long have you been playing with this club?
This is my 3rd year, so I was on Crimson as a freshman, and I'm on Crimson again as a junior.
And what is your favorite thing about playing with the Crimson team?
I just absolutely love the team hanging out all the time, and we're a really cohesive unit. We always know what's going to happen on the court and off the court, so they're like another family. They're awesome.
This club consists of 2 teams, Crimson and Gray. The Crimson team travels to ranking tournaments as well as nationals. However, the Gray team is still competitive, finishing in top 5 at tournaments within the past 2 years. I'm with Taylor Henches, a sophomore outside hitter. So you're on the gray team. Tell me a little bit about the difference between the crimson and the gray team.
Well, crimson is supposed to be the first team, so it's like a really big thing for us to beat them like we just did. It was 2 games to 25, and we won on point difference by 1 point. So that was a big deal for us. And we actually, in practice on Wednesday, we won 2. So that was a big thing going into the tournament for us.
Today, the Cougs are hosting the PIVA All-Star Invitational here in Pullman with teams from Boise State, Eastern Washington, and U of I. Other schools have been noticing this team too. Some have even earned scholarships to other colleges and universities. The team hopes to continue their winning record and attend the NCVF National Tournament. For Cougnation, I'm Megan Renee. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Megan. Brenna Kelly is here with us now to tell us about how Cougs can give back this holiday season. Brenna?
Thanks, Ben. It's the season of giving, and one team is looking to serve. The men of WSU Wrestling will be holding a Wrestlers for Warmth clothing drive. The team is partnering up with Moscow Youth Wrestling to collect gently used winter items, such as jackets, gloves, scarves, and blankets. Wrestlers will then go to Spokane to give these items to those in need with the help of Spokane Union Gospel and Impact Ministries. Anyone interested can donate items by stopping by the wrestling team's table in the Cup from 11 to 1 November 11th through the 22nd, or by contacting the wrestling team's president, Brett Johnson, or head coach, Christopher Gambino.
Now that you've heard from us, it's time we hear from you. Robin Ditch is here with your fan feedback. Robin?
Thanks, Megan. This week I went to campus and was met with some snow and chilly sports fans. Here's what you guys had to say about what's happening in Cougar Athletics.
All right, so what was your favorite costume at a Halloween game this Thursday?
I think the Delts costumes were the best.
And what were they?
They were gigolos.
Gigolos? All right, that's pretty good. What about you? What'd you dress up as?
I didn't dress up for the game. It was really cold, so
Yeah.
I was just being like boring and lazy, and I just wore like my Coug stuff. I wore Coug stuff, so yeah, but I didn't dress up after. I just dressed up Wednesday night and Friday night. Sorry.
All right, awesome. And we have 3 more games left. Do you think we're going to be able to win all of them?
I mean, maybe. We actually did pretty good at the beginning of the season, so maybe we'll finish strong like we started strong.
What has been your favorite part of Cougar football so far this year?
I'd just say like the spirit. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that go to the games, and so it's pretty fun to like be involved with all that and stuff.
Definitely. And what have you thought so far of the performance against ASU? I mean, was it disappointing?
It was a little disappointing.
Yeah, what were you
and
expecting?
I was expecting a W for
Yeah.
sure, but I can't win all of them, I guess.
Yeah, we have 3 more games until a bowl game, and we need to win 2 of those. And one's against UW, Arizona, and Utah. What are the chances? Do you think we make it?
I think we have a good shot
Yeah.
if we prepare well for those games.
Definitely.
We can definitely do it. I think we got some talent on the team.
All right, Dave. So you wrestle for the wrestling team here at Washington State. How have you been doing so far?
We've been doing really well. We had 1 match already this season against Idaho. We won pretty handily. That was our homecoming match.
Cool.
We got another tournament this weekend.
Yeah.
And we should get some Division I competition, which we're pretty excited for.
Yeah, definitely. That's very cool. Next home match, when will that be?
We don't actually have one scheduled, but we're working on it. Eastern, Central, Western all have wrestling teams, and we're working with them to get some duels put together.
Oh, that'd be really cool. Get some mat time right on out here at Washington State. Get some fans out there. What do you think we're going to be able to do for the next 3 games? We need 2 more to bowl game. Do you think we'll beat UW?
We're winning all 3, baby.
All 3?
We're winning all 3.
All right, I'll have you on camera saying that. So there's the bold prediction.
There it is.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Looks like Coug fans are hoping that Santa brings us a bowl game this holiday season. Want your opinion to be heard? Tweet to us at WSU Cougnation.
Well, that's all we have for this episode of Cougnation.
Stay tuned every Monday night at 8:30 for new episodes. And don't forget to like our Facebook page.
Thanks again for joining us. I'm Ben Weinman.
I'm Robin Ditch.
I'm Brenna Kelly.
And I'm Megan Abundis. Good night, Pullman, and
Go Cougs!